Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, now directly from my basement. Now, we've got an awesome rundown to get to today, but we've got a couple of dedications to make first. First of all, Stuart Gordon passed away. He was the director of some cult classics like Reanimator and Robot Jox. He was also the co-creator of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So my condolences to Mr. Gordon's family and friends. You left some fantastic work for us to watch for eternity. So thank you for that. And also, we want to give a special shout out to Daniel Campbell, who got laid off, I guess it was yesterday, and posted this in our rundown yesterday. And he says, the rundown helps ease my pain just a little bit. Vic, you are my rock. Thanks for making consistently great content for us. I'll tell you what, Daniel, it is my honor, and I want to thank all of you for watching, and I hope all of you are safe and sound. But let's get started with your rundown. It turns out the superpowered inhabitants of Themyscira don't have a herd immunity to COVID-19. Warner Brothers and DC have officially delayed the new movie Wonder Woman 1984. The film was set to hit theaters on June 5th, but will now land 2 months later on August 14th. WB Chairman Toby Emmerich says they want to make sure audiences see the film on the big screen, splashing cold water on the idea that it might be released digitally instead. This makes Wonder Woman just the latest in a long line of big-budget movies that have been pushed back amidst unprecedented theater closures. This could indicate that Hollywood is expecting this period of self-isolation to last longer than most of us are hoping, or they're anticipating that audiences will still be nervous about big public spaces even after the pandemic is over. Either way, we'll have to wait. Remember, if you want to be a real-life superhero and save the world, just wash your hands and stay inside.
I can save today, but you can save the world.
Yeah, I don't know if this delay is long enough. That's one of the questions that Blake posed in the script here. I think it's a little bit wishful thinking to be scheduling things in August, and it's not because I want us to be in self-isolation this long. It would be great if we could plan for things in the summer. I would like to have an outdoor summer as much as anybody out there, and it's going to get harder and harder to just, watch the weather get nicer and all of us still be cooped up inside. But it is the right thing to do. The best way to keep this virus from spreading is to not be around people. And, if some of us start taking little breaks and getting out there and getting into parks and hanging out with people, it's not like don't go outside at all, but I just see it sort of starting back up again. If everybody just says, well, it's nice out there, maybe we can go see a movie, maybe we can go do a little bit of that. I think it's a little premature to schedule stuff for August. I really do. I don't think we want to rush this. I don't think we want to rush it and then start this whole spiral back up again, and get more people infected in a second wave. I think that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we have some really, really good news about COVID-19 very soon. I know the world is waiting on pins and needles for that. While movie theaters in North America and Europe are still closed for the time being, things are getting a little better in China. More theaters in the massive country have reopened as new cases of COVID-19 have continued to drop. Last week, just a few dozen Chinese theaters reopened, but now there are between 600 and 700 open for business in most of the country's provinces.
Nothing lasts forever.
As for the films they're showing, since there are no new releases, many theaters are running slightly older movies like James Cameron's Avatar and the Avengers films, along with Christopher Nolan movies like Inception and Interstellar. China implemented a strict self-isolation policy months ago, which epidemiologists have said was instrumental in curbing the spread of the virus. Hopefully, we're not too far behind. Yeah, this is starting to become some good news. We're starting to see glimmers of hope because there were such strict measures keeping people away from each other in China and other Asian countries. And I think they're pretty good models for the way that we need to kind of self-restrain, and keep ourselves away from other people and keep washing our hands and keep cleaning all surfaces. All of the things that we are being told to do ad infinitum, incredibly important for us to follow those procedures. But I think the most important thing is just to not be near people. So it's very encouraging that they feel they've sort of crescendoed on all of this stuff and they're starting to open stuff back up again. But, the fear is, again, hopefully it's not too soon and hopefully we don't get another wave of this, which would be terrible.
The waves.
Thankfully, the video game industry isn't suffering as much as the film industry right now. Square Enix has assured fans that the launch of the highly anticipated Final Fantasy VII remake won't be delayed as a result of COVID-19.
Get going.
The first chapter of the episodic game is still set to hit the PS4 on April 10th, although the publisher does point out that since many retail stores are closed, you might only be able to get the game digitally, depending on where you live. Standing in line at a crowded video game store isn't how you observe proper social distancing.
So keep your distance.
As for games that are already out, Nintendo's Animal Crossing New Horizons is the fastest-selling game in the franchise. Bethesda's similarly kid-friendly Doom Eternal also had the biggest launch in the franchise's history, doubling the opening weekend sales of the previous game. Yeah, Doom Eternal is not kid-friendly. That was a joke. Don't buy it for your kids. Don't play it with your kids. That would be creepy. But man, it's a fun game. Please watch my review. You'll see how much fun I have with that thing. And so congrats to the publishers that are nailing this, giving us fantastic video game entertainment to play just as we are huddled around our television sets inside of our homes right now. It is great to have this virtual escape. Animal Crossing in particular is just so joyful. My kid is continuing to play it right behind me, aren't you, Ruby? Yes, she is right now. She's doing all kinds of fun stuff on her island. It's fantastic for the video game industry to be here with entertainment for us, but I also think that this is going to shine a very positive light on the value of video games for a lot of people. I think it's going to open the eyes to a lot of parents out there, a lot of skeptics out there, a lot of people that look down their nose on the imagination that video games provide, the creativity that video games provide and inspire. It's an incredible medium. I don't need to tell you guys that. You all know that. But it's great to see video games kind of be, a beacon for people right now, and for us to rally around. And there's just been this, just stream of great ones. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is excellent. I'm hearing fantastic things about Persona 5 Royal, which I'll be playing very soon. I've started to play Half-Life Alyx. There is a ton of good video game content that's new, and of course, lots of great classic stuff, and you've all got your backlogs. You know what I'm talking about. Now, most games are doing well, but one in particular has been grounded for the time being. Microsoft has delayed development of the new Microsoft Flight Simulator game. They're in the process of setting up remote workspaces so that the development teams can work from home, but in the meantime, they've paused the deliverables that they currently had in the pipeline. This doesn't come as a big surprise. Microsoft headquarters is just outside of Seattle, one of the hardest hit areas in North America, and the game's main developer is Asobo Studio in France, which has also been hit hard. There's no telling if the game will still be able to make its planned 2020 release window. This is the first all-new Microsoft Flight Simulator game in almost 15 years and is coming to not just the PC, but the Xbox as well. So far, it's only confirmed for the Xbox One, but with the next-gen Series X scheduled for later this year, don't be surprised if it gets a first-class upgrade. You know what? I'm actually psyched for Microsoft Flight Simulator coming back. It is a little bit drier for sure, but I think it's going to be fun to jump into this particular craft and check out how all of the different flight systems work and try to actually fly for real with state-of-the-art brand new technology. I think it's going to be pretty damn cool. I also think it's cool that Microsoft is taking its time and letting its developers be safe at home and not rushing anybody on any of these deliverables or milestones. I think that's the absolute perfect way to approach this. Kudos to you, Microsoft, and let's hope that the developers even working remotely are able to create something that is worthy of this beloved franchise. I think people that love Microsoft Flight Simulator have been waiting and waiting and waiting for its return for a very long time. So hopefully everything comes together in a wonderful way, even if the people can't come together. The hit Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, is getting another hit of 1980s nostalgia. Terminator and Aliens co-star Michael Biehn has joined the cast of The Mandalorian Season 2. No official announcements on what kind of character he might be playing, but there are rumors that he'll be a bounty hunter, so we'll have to wait and see if he's a friend or foe. Michael Biehn hasn't appeared in a big project like this in more than a decade, but his status as an 80s action star makes sense given the show's classic feel, not to mention other big 80s stars like Carl Weathers and Nick Nolte. A more contemporary newcomer joining the show is Daredevil's Rosario Dawson, rumored to be playing a live-action version of the heroic Ahsoka Tano.
I am no Jedi.
Oh man, this is very cool. Michael Biehn is terrific. This is definitely a show that knows exactly what its viewers want to see and the kinds of people that they, want to populate their new sliver of the universe. Very shrewd casting. I always loved that guy, man. I thought he was fantastic in The Terminator.
Come with me if you want to live.
And they popped up in Aliens, and there were a bunch of other movies where you'd see him and it'd be like, oh yeah. He's just a very brooding, very serious, kind of action-leaning individual, and he's done some really good work in some some of the best movies ever made. So it'll be very exciting to see how he is incorporated into this new season of The Mandalorian, which I cannot wait for, and I know you can't either. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. And in the meantime, we've got lots of other content for you to check out, some classic stuff, some brand new stuff. So please do that. And if you dig our channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, you can hit that like button. You can share this with whoever you'd like. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. And until then, play forever.